Hey guys, so it's been a while, but I wanted to make a video on my top 10 favorite AQW classes. These are based on my opinion. If you want a more objective based video, check the description for two other top 10 videos, which might be a little bit outdated. If you're curious as to why there's been less videos or the future of this channel, you can skip to the end, I'll discuss it then. But for now, we're just going to get straight into it. At number 10, I have Chaos Slayer, which is kind of funny because I don't really use it that much anymore. But it was one of the very first good classes I got back in like level 50, and it carried me for so long. And it's also, I think, one of the most underrated classes overall, just because I remember ages ago I made a video on how good it was at farming, and within like a few months, AE nerfed like its farming capability and just it's everything capability so much. So it's not as good as it used to be, but it's just got like a special place in my heart, especially because of the Chaos Saga. If you guys have played the whole saga, you know how good it is. So yeah, this had to be in my top 10, even though I don't really play that much anymore. At number 9, we have Arcana Invoker, which obviously is one of the best classes in the game. It's better at farming than Revenant, and it's super good at soloing, especially if you have Elysium enhancement, but I don't, which is why it's only at number 9. Also, if you have a good PC, like, turn on the animations for this, because it's one of the best animations in the game, if not the best. So it's just a really fun class to use, even if it's not that good compared to like a very few other classes. Like there's very few classes that are above this in pure power and damage. And yeah, you can even use it for ultras if you have the right enhancements. So that's why it's at number 9 for me. And I'm not just basing off how powerful the classes are, otherwise this would be like top 5 to be honest. At number 8, we have Chaos Avenger. Once again, this is actually like a top 5 class, especially in soloing. It's one of the best classes. But I personally don't use it that much. I just don't like the way you have to wait for the cooldowns, like because of low mana. And also, you're either a VHL fan or you're a Chaos Avenger fan. And you guys can probably guess which one I am. So like, it's kind of just a personal thing I have with this class. It's not even a bad class. Like I said, this would be way higher if I had to rank on strength rather than what's my favorite class. So yeah, also getting this class is kind of fun because you have to defeat Drakarth and do the Chaos Saga, and as I said earlier, Chaos Saga is easily my favorite saga in the whole game. So for that reason, it's still my top 10, just not my favorite soloing class. Okay, at number 7, I have Exalted Soul Cleaver or Soul Cleaver or Exalted Harbinger. It has like a million names. But this class is probably like one of the most fun classes you could play. The lower your HP is, the more your damage is. So you're basically living on the like brink of your life the whole time, and you're doing like as much damage as you can. As you can see, I'm consistently hitting like 25k, 30k, like unbelievable amounts of damage right now. I don't think I even have the right enhancements on. I think I got like a Wizard Helm or something. But anyways, you guys get the point. This is super good for soloing. It's so fun to play. Its animations are some of the best in the game. Like, look at the animation. I haven't clicked the 4th skill yet. See? But yeah, and it's super easy to get. Like, I think you can get this for 2000 ACs. Like, I've said this in other videos. If you have 2000 ACs, get this class, get Archfiend. Like, you're set for life, bro. You're actually set. Okay, at number 6, I have Quantum Chronomancer. I can't even remember how to use this class, but it's just one of my favorites because, hold up, I'm locked in right now, trying to help this level 80 survive. And yeah, see what I mean? This is why this class is so good. It can do insane damage, insane support, and it's one of the best like support ultras. I know there's another one that is like Archpaladin, but that's more based on like defense, and this is more based on like DPS. So if you're ever in a big party of 5 people, they've got Archpaladin, Lord of Order, Stonecrusher, don't just pull out a second Stonecrusher, pull out this class, Quantum Chronomancer. Look, this guy's like level 80 Archpaladin and we're like destroying this thing in seconds. So yeah, this is one of my favorite Chronos use. It's just so fun to play, and it's buffs like damage so much. It does a nuke like every 5 seconds, and this guy's gonna die without me in a second. But yeah, this is why it's at number 6, I think. Okay, at number 5, we have Necrotic Chronomancer. Everybody knows this is like a top 3 farming class in the game. But what's crazy, it also has insane soloing potential, good survivability. It's like an amazing all-rounder. It's basically on par with Legion Revenant in terms of being an all-rounder. The only thing Legion Revenant has above it is that Legion Revenant is used in ultra bosses. Otherwise, Necrotic Chronomancer is just as good in everything else, if not better. And also it has way better animations, so if you have a good PC, turn on the animations, look at the icons, it's just it has to be my top 5. If you have no good farming class and you're looking to buy a chrono, this has to be your number 1 choice. It's too OP. At number 4, we have one of my most used classes ever, the best all-rounder of all time in AQW, Legion Revenant. There is no situation this class is bad in. Group fights, farming, soloing, survivability, ultra fights. Like, you could legit just pick this class and never change out of it. Yeah, I've used this so much, I think it might be my either most or second most used class. If I didn't put this in my top 5, it would just be ridiculous. It's probably in everyone's top 5 if you have the class. And even though the farm for this is excruciatingly painful, just do the ultra bosses and it's actually quite quick. That's how I got it. Just do the ultras and it becomes way easier. Ultra Dage is pretty easy to kill. So yeah, this has to be my top 5, which is why it's at number 4 right now. At number 3, we have Timeless Chronomancer. Now, if you think this class is only good without potions, I'm just going to show you how good it is right now. I used to not realize how good it was, but this is the best DPS soloing class in the game by far. Just look at this. 4, 2, 2, 2. I don't know if I got the combo exactly right, but this should be okay. And yeah, the next chance I get, I'm just going to nuke this again. Like I said, there's no class that can beat this in solo DPS. No consumables, no potions here. If I had, like, this class comes with its own special consumables, and if I used those, this would have been one shot. It would have literally been one shot. So yeah, and if you're wondering, like, oh, what if you don't get a critical hit, isn't it bad? The higher level you get, the better enhancements you get, the more likely you are to get a critical hit. So at this point, if I ever want to kill a boss with 1,000,000 HP in 3 seconds, I just use this class. And it's just so fun, like, what's more fun than hitting a 1,000,000 damage nuke? So yeah, this is why it's my 3rd favorite class in the game. Okay, at number 2 spot is Archfiend, and this might sound crazy because this is a 2000 AC class. How on earth is this at number 2 spot? Like, the main reason is just because there's only 2 buttons I need to click. 2, 3, 2, 3. And I can spam these as fast as I want. With Legion Revenant and Aqw Chronomancer, you have to spam like 5 buttons at a time. With this, it's 1,000 times more relaxed. Cooldowns are like instant. Like, it's just, like, if you have it, you know how good it is. And if you have it and you don't use it, try out for a bit. And it's just so, like, satisfying. It's so simple to use, so easy to use. And obviously, it's one of the best farmers in the game. And the other secret reason for this, that I have this higher up than Legion Revenant, is because of the enhancements. Notice this has, like, Lucky, Dauntless, and, like, all the other Lucky enhancements. You know what else has those exact same enhancements, and I don't need to switch a single weapon, helm, cape, or anything for it? Well, it's the class of my number 1 spot. And that class is... Okay, just some honourable mentions before I say number 1. Honourable mention for Unchained Rockstar. One of the best solo DPS. Some amazing animations as well. The only reason it's not higher is because it's really complex to use if you want to get the most out of it. Other than that, it's totally worth getting, I think. Also, I want to mention Undead Go. This is like a super rare class, and it's just like fun because you can flex on people with it. Also, it's had an update to the animations and skill icons, which I only found out recently. So yeah, it's just one of my favorites because of nostalgia and its rarity. Another honourable mention to Archmage, I think the best farming class in the game. It's funny it doesn't make my top 10 because if I had the right enhancement for it, which I don't, which is Acheron or Elysium, this would probably be my top 5, but I don't have the enhancements, so it's not even my top 10 favorite. Otherwise, it's totally worth getting with the right enhancement. Another honorable mention for Arch Paladin. It's a must-have if you want to do an ultra. It's basically in every single ultra fight, so yeah, it's got to be an honorable mention at least. Also, I want to mention Lightcaster. It only costs 1000 AC to get Light Mage, then you can farm for Lightcaster. So for 1000 ACs, this is an unbelievable good all-rounder. Soloing, farming, support, ultra bosses. I mean, there's nothing it doesn't have really, so worth an honorable mention, but it's not good enough to be like one of the best endgame classes. And the final honorable mention, Stone Crusher. This used to be the best support class in the game, but obviously power creep happened, and now it's still a good support class. It's just not as good as it used to be, and you'll see it in a few ultra bosses here and there, but not as much as Arch Paladin. And finally, for my number 1 class, it is VHL, Void High Lord. Now, most people are new because of how big a fan I am of this class. This was going to be here. Like, what else was it going to be? I mean, this is so good, it made me put Archfiend at number 2 spot, which is kind of ridiculous. But that's literally how good this class is. Like, if you have two favorite classes, they should be the exact same enhancements, because you don't want to keep switching in and out of them. But yeah, for me, this and Archfiend are my most used classes, because I can switch in and out of them without having to worry about enhancements. Now, like I said earlier, some people do prefer Chaos Avenger over this, but if you have Dauntless, I don't really think it's a debate. You have to be picking this for DPS. It has some of those insane DPS with Dauntless. It's like you unlocked a whole different class once you get Dauntless. In fact, once you unlock Dauntless, it's like you've unlocked a whole new game. Like, every single class in the game becomes 10 times, well, not every class, but most classes in the game become 10 times better with Dauntless. So yeah, if you have VHL, farm Dauntless, and you'll see what it does basically. This class would be number 0 if it still had a long range 4 and 2 skill, because when it's 4 and 2 skill or long range, you could farm with this class better than 99% of farming classes, and I'm not even joking. But obviously they had to nerf it a little bit and make the 4 and 2 short range, and now it's just mostly soloing class. So yeah, it's past its glory days, but partially because of nostalgia, partially because how cool it is, this is my favorite class by far. And also the animations being all nation related stuff, I mean, this has to be at number 1, and it's been at my number 1 for a very long time. So I know some of you may be wondering where I've been, why there haven't been as many videos, am I still going to keep making videos? The truth is I've just been kind of busy with other stuff in life, and even making videos for my other channel, the demo Valorant, link will be in description. So I still make videos just on the other channel for Valorant and Marvel Rivals content. As for this, I just haven't been playing AQW that much, so like I don't really have anything to make videos on if I don't really play the game. And you know, I can tell a lot of people haven't been playing the game. Like if you look at 3,100 players online right now, like this is kind of higher than usual, just because there's like 2 new classes out, so people are farming for the Lich and they're farming for the other one with the Ultra Boss. So with 2 new classes out, you'd expect the player base to hit like 6,000 or something, but it's barely scraping 3,000. I mean, I remember back when I think it was Archmage was released or something, we hit like 10k players online. That was only a few years back. Obviously, AQW is a dying game. New people are not joining AQW in 2025. The best AE can do is conserve what players they have and make sure they don't lose any more. But they've kind of done a poor job at that. I don't want to be too negative on them, because they were on a generational run from 2020 up until 2023. Because of the whole Chrono Apocalypse thing, everyone got a free Chrono. Ultra Bosses for everyone. When they invited Spider133 to join the dev team, and he brought like all these quality of life changes that AQ Lite used to have. And yeah, those were like an amazing 3 years. They managed to keep up like 6k, 5k players online for a very long time. And when there was a good release, a good class out, they'd hit 10k players. But they've kind of dropped the ball in the last 2 years. And you know, I can't really speak about dropping the ball without mentioning the elephant in the room, AQW Mobile. I think it was about 2 years ago, no, it was like 4 years ago, I made a video saying the whole thing is a lie, the whole thing is a sham. Okay, so I made this video in December 2021, and I said something at the end of the video. Here, I'll show you now. In fact, I'm so certain AQ Mobile is just a big lie. I will give away my account to a random subscriber if it comes out in the next year, or even in the year after. Even if... Yeah, so needless to say, I won that bet. AQW still hasn't been released. I mean, they released like a 1-day demo of the game, but even then, that was more than 2 years after this video. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of unbelievable they would keep like stringing their players along, making them believe something is coming out when nothing is going to be here. Realistically, if I had to guess, I would say it comes out 2030, maybe 2031. That's my realistic guess of when AQW Mobile is coming out. My guesses have always been like way further than what other people are saying, like other YouTubers, people on Reddit, people on Discord, people on Twitter. Like they'll all say, oh, it's like coming next year, bro. It's definitely coming next year. Let's be honest with ourselves, it's like half a decade away. Like potentially they could break their promises and deliver a half-baked game within 2 years, but I just don't think they'll do that. They'll probably just wait 5 years before dropping it. I mean, not to self-glaze, but I did make a pretty good video on AQW Mobile's history, and essentially if you're like out of the loop, you don't know why it's not coming out, you don't know why it's not happening, definitely watch this video. It was available yet. In fact, I think Artix commented on this video. Never mind. Okay, it was actually this video. Artix commented on this video, and he ended up saying that he apologizes and accepts responsibility for all the screw-ups with AQW Mobile, which is kind of surprising that they, you know, held themselves accountable, because they basically admitted it's nowhere near ready, they broke their promises, they've always said it's super close, it's out in a year, out in 2 years, out whenever, and they even said the server rewrite, they cancelled the whole server rewrite, if you guys still remember that, because they said it's going to come out with AQW Mobile. So like, they've just broken a lot of promises, and you know, they're not even trying to deny it at this point. So if you're waiting for AQW Mobile, I'm just going to burst your bubble here and say it's not happening. So as for the future of this channel, I'll still be making videos, but you know, I'm like semi-retired, so it won't be as often. You know, I'll come back for something important. I might make a video on the 2 new classes that have just came out, the Lich class and the one with the Ultra Boss. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is AQW Mobile going to come out? Is there any classes you would have put in this video yourself? And if you guys have any video ideas for the future, subscribe and like the video, and see you guys next time.